I talked to so many people about moving to Idaho. Some of them have been thinking about it for years, watching videos, researching, daydreaming about a slower pace of life. Others, they wake up one day and realize, I can't do this anymore. Their big city reality, I find, is crushing them. I hear things like, our rent just went up again. We're paying over $5,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm spending 90 minutes commuting each way just to go 15 miles. I make 6 figures and we still feel like we're drowning. Everywhere is crowded, the grocery store, the park, the trail systems for walking, the beach. It's just all stress, stress, stress. I want my kids to play outside without worrying about crime, traffic. And then they start looking around, looking at places like Texas, Denver, Colorado, even Montana or Utah. And then they see Boise. They start looking at homes, they see how much further their money will go here, and they realize that Boise still has good restaurants, good schools, and a great job market. And suddenly, they have that moment, wait, am I really about to move to Idaho? At first, it seems crazy, because maybe society has drilled into them that success means living in an expensive city, but then, like a shot between the eyes, it hits them. They're like, well, gosh, I feel like this doesn't make sense, but it makes common sense. And suddenly that $1.3 million fixer-upper in California doesn't look so great anymore. That 90-minute commute feels insane, and that constant stress is not worth it. That's when they realize it's time for a change. And maybe Boise is that change. Hey, if you're new here, my name's Craig Flood, and I make videos each week on this YouTube channel about what it's like to move to the state of Idaho, what it's like to live here, buy real estate here, and do life here. Additionally, I'm a licensed real estate agent with an amazing team and great partners who help people just like you make that transition and relocation to Idaho. You can call, text, or email days, nights, or weekends, and we would love to assist. So let's pull back the curtain on what it actually costs to live in a big city. Because for a lot of people, the real reason they're moving to Idaho isn't just for the lifestyle and the space or the outdoors, it's because their current city is financially crushing them. They're making more money than they've ever had before, and yet they still feel broke. And then they start wondering, like, why is that? Why are we living this way? It's because their entire paycheck disappears before they even see it. So let's break it down. What is your expensive city really costing you? So let's look at housing. So in California, depending on where you live, it could be $1.3 million for a starter home. And by starter, I mean maybe 1,200 square feet, needs a new roof. In Boise, that same amount could buy you 2 homes. Now in transportation and commuting, you're looking at maybe $7 per gallon for gas, 90 minutes in traffic just to go 15 miles, wear and tear on your car, your brakes, your tires, constant repairs, it all adds up. $200 a month just for parking. And let's not forget the toll roads, because apparently paying insane taxes just isn't enough. State income tax, 10 to 13% gone before you even see your paycheck. Property tax, through the roof. Sales tax, 8 to 10% on every single thing you buy. HOA fees, $400 a month to be told what color you can paint your fence. Groceries, organic eggs cost as much as a small car. Childcare, $2,500 a month for daycare per kid. So now you're working 50 to 60 or maybe even 70 hours a week. And at the end of the month, there's nothing left, because that's the trap of an expensive city. You make more money, but you spend more money. You grind harder just to stay in the same place. You earn 6 figures and you still feel like you're struggling, and you do everything right. Maybe you went to college, got a good job, you worked hard, and yet you're still living paycheck to paycheck. That is not success, that is financial slavery. Now, meanwhile, Boise folks are buying homes for half the price. They actually own the property. They're not throwing money away on rent, and if they are renting, they're not panicking every time a landlord raises prices. They're getting to work in 15 minutes, not an hour and a half, and actually having money left over at the end of the month. Saving accounts? Check. Emergency fund? Check. Vacation investment freedom? Check, check, check. Now that's not a downgrade, that's an upgrade. Sometimes people can think leaving a big city means settling for less. But in reality, it's possible that you're just getting more financial security, more freedom, more peace of mind. The real question is, how much longer can you afford to stay where you are? Because the truth is, you're not just paying with your money, You're paying with your time, you're paying with your health, you're paying with your peace of mind. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Now let's talk about the advantages that you actually get if you move to Boise. Because moving isn't just about what you're leaving behind, it's about what you're gaining. You could be gaining a better home, a better lifestyle, and a better financial future. So let's break that down. So home prices, what can you actually afford? So this one often blows people's minds, especially when they start going down the rabbit hole of Redfin and Zillow and seeing what homes cost. When you start looking at homes in Boise, you realize, wait, I can actually afford this. So let's compare. So let's say the average medium home sale in Boise right now it's just over $500,000. And that could get you a multiple bedroom, multiple bath, a good size amount in terms of square footage, a backyard, a safe, quiet neighborhood, and a garage big enough to fit a car. Now that same money in San Diego, maybe you're getting a 2-bedroom, probably not. Maybe you're not even getting anything. You're definitely not getting a garage, and you'll have neighbors so close they could probably hear you chew. And then let's talk about property taxes. In California, you're maybe $6,000 to $10,000 a year easy. In Boise, you're probably more like $2,500 to $3,500. And that's thousands of dollars saved in your pocket every year. And here's the real kicker. So home prices in Boise are still rising, meaning if you buy now, your investment is growing. You're building equity into something instead of flushing money down the rent drain. There is a time to rent, but there also is a time to buy and get into the market. And statistically, with home ownership, you're setting yourself up for long-term financial freedom. Now let's talk about traffic and commute. How much of your life are you wasting? I don't know about you, but sitting in traffic for hours every day doesn't exactly scream quality life. So let's compare commute. So maybe in Los Angeles, maybe you got a 90-minute commute each way. Even in Seattle, you could have things like that. It's not just California. Stop and go traffic, road rage, your blood pressure is maybe skyrocketing. You're paying $200 a month for parking. In Boise, rush hour means 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. No toll roads, no 6-lane pileups, no accident on the 405 ruining your morning. You can actually make it home in time for dinner. And this isn't just about saving time, it's about saving your sanity. Think about it, less time commuting equals more time with your family. Less time sitting in a car, more time enjoying your life. Less stress and frustration equals probably a longer, healthier life. People, I don't think, realize how mentally exhausting a long commute is until they don't have one anymore. Now, cost of living, how much cheaper is Boise? I think that you could say Boise is roughly 30% cheaper than most major cities on the West Coast. And it's not just housing, it's everything. Groceries tend to be cheaper, gas is way cheaper, dining out, you can actually go out to eat without spending $100 on a basic meal. Insurance, lower across the board. And the best part is you're actually keeping more of your paycheck. The state income tax isn't gouging you. There's no insane property taxes. There's no mystery city improvement fees. Your money goes further, period. Now let's talk about lifestyle perks. So what is life like in Boise? Because people assume that moving to Idaho means giving up the things they love. The reality is that you're going to gain more than you lose. So what's outside your front door in Boise? You could be 5 minutes from walking in the trail system. You could be 10 minutes from the Boise River, 45 minutes from a ski resort, and a real downtown with coffee shops, breweries, and live music. Actual seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. And let's talk about natural disasters. You're not really having earthquakes or hurricanes. There's no year-round, soul-draining humidity. Here, you're just going to find clean air, open space, a peace of mind, and if you love outdoor activities, Boise is heaven, right? Go fish the Boise River, go ski Bogus Basin, go bike the Ridge to River trail systems, go kayak up at Lucky Peak, or go to one of the many festivals and events that are happening year-round here. This is not some boring, middle-of-nowhere town. Boise gives you the best of both worlds. You get the city convenience, but without the overcrowding and chaos. Now let's talk about raising a family and what's different in Boise. If you have kids or plan to, this is going to be a game changer. Parents tell me all the time, we just want a place where our kids can be kids. And here's what that means in Idaho. You're going to have good schools. So Boise has some top-rated public schools. You have access to charter schools and lots of private school options. You're also gonna have safe neighborhoods. Crime rates tend to be way lower in the state of Idaho. You could have a real backyard so your kids could just walk out the back door and actually play like you probably did as a kid, and they don't have to live in a tiny apartment. You got community events, so farmers markets, outdoor concerts, family-friendly festivals, drive-in movie theaters. It's a totally different lifestyle here. And with that, again, here's something parents never regret. They never regret having more time with their kids. No more missing dinners because of work, and no more weekends wasted running errands because you're stuck in traffic, and no more constant stress about money. Instead, you actually get time to enjoy your life. You have money left over to take the family on trips, and you have a home that you actually want to grow old in. So again, the Boise advantage is real, and a lot of people think leaving a big city means sacrificing quality of life, but the truth is Boise gives you more. More home for your money, more time with your family, and more freedom. The only question is, how long are you going to wait before making the move? Now, what about jobs? You might be saying, I can't move, I need my job. I hear this a lot, but let me tell you something. So Boise's job market is booming. The days of Idaho being just a farming and potato state, those are long gone. We have growing industries in Boise like techs, we have startups, major companies expanding here. We have healthcare, huge demand for nurses, doctors, specialists. There's construction, lots of building and expansion happening here. So new homes, new businesses, there's constant growth. And then there's also remote work. So if you're a remote worker, you're in the best possible position. You could keep your high-paying California job, but live in Boise. And that might be like playing life on easy mode for you. So now you might be thinking, great, what's the plan? Say you want to make the move. Well, one, I'd say you need to decide if you actually want the freedom, if you want to make the move. Step two is you need to pick a city in Idaho that fits your lifestyle. Go watch my YouTube channel. I got tons of videos on different cities in the state of Idaho. And then step three, you need to plan a scouting trip most likely. You need to come up here. We can help you do that, help you decide if it's going to be a good fit. And if it is a good fit, what city is going to be a great fit, and what neighborhood and what house. And then get moved here. And then have less stress, have a lower cost of living, and have more of a life balance. You don't have to wait until you're miserable to make the move. Now, I know that Boise isn't for everyone. We don't have 24-hour kombucha bars or rooftop yoga with rescue goats, but you know what it does have? A great place to raise a family, affordable homes, and a lifestyle that actually makes sense. It's your choice. We're here to help. Days, nights, or weekends. You can reach us, and I'll see you guys in the next video.